5 years, which makes the decision of where to buy one simple. Your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. The certified pre-owned sales event going on now through February 28th. Come in today and take advantage of 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing offers available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. Because in the end, it's absolute confidence in genuine Mercedes-Benz parts, or it isn't. It's either Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned, or it isn't.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFNsports.net.
Back on Dell Marva, 6:19 to play in the first quarter. NC Central leading Eastern Shore 11-7. And a two-headed monster getting it done for the Eagles so far. Rodnisha Martin has 5 points. Keisha White has 5 points.
And the Hawks are 2 for 7 from the floor, 0 for 1 from 3.
Both baskets by Barisha Gill-Miles. Hawk basketball as we have a stoppage of play. Time issue. Oh, Eaton to inbound from right in front of the scorer's table. Byram has it, walks across the timeline, slings a pass to Gill-Miles, top of the circle. Barisha fakes in, now jump pass to Byram on the left wing. Eaton in the left corner, dribbles out, cross-court rainbow. Byram reaches out for it. CC trapped in the double team. Now it's Hicks on the right wing. Hicks chest pass to Jordan Smith, free throw line, lobs it left corner. Kiki spots up for 3, leaves it short, but gets the bouncing in. Kiara Eaton working wizardry on the rim. It's now 11-10 NC Central, under 6 to play in the first quarter. Screen set for White for NC Central, guarded by Byram. Reach around pass to Adams on the right elbow, and she travels.
It's about time the Hawks got a little break on the outside shot. The iron was kind.
It can be kind if persuaded. 5th turnover in the quarter already for North Carolina Central. Hawk basketball. Byram dancing at their right elbow. Slings a pass for Smith from the left wing. Now cross court to Hicks. Fakes a shot. Now drives in. Floater from the right side of the paint. Yes. Alexis Hicks. And the open look, and she buries it, nothing but net. Hawks lead for the first time, 12-11 Shore. 5:20 to play in the first. There's White sauntering into the front court. Crossover against Byram. Zips a pass to Adams on the right wing. Adams nearly stripped. Hands it off back to Benton. Benton, a stop and shoot from the 18-foot on the right baseline. Lift it long, and Eaton chases down the board. Gary Eaton zigzagging into the front court. Back to Hicks on the left channel. Alexis waiting for the play to develop. Keeps her dribble. Guarded now by White, who steps out to greet her. Works around the horn herself. Flicks a pass into the right corner. Cece for 3. Skims the rim. Rebound fought for, and Smith controls. A fresh 30 for the Shore, but Kiara Eaton travels as she drives in from the left wing, and the Hawks give away the opportunity.
There were a couple shots at it that time, plus a good offensive rebound by Smith. Results in a turnover, though, and no bucket.
Hawks go to the bench for the first time. Martha Thompson checks in, the grad student from Xavier. Portia Sittner also in, the freshman from Chicago. Morgan Park High School. Eagle basketball. Inbound from Dominique Adams. Now Adams takes it to herself on the right sideline to White. White dances into the front court. I'll go to Frie, and now onto the right baseline for Benton. Quick ball movement from NC Central. Now White bides her time right in front of Fred Batchelor on the Hawk bench. Zigzags in at the right baseline, and her floater off the backboard strong, but a foul called against Maryland Eastern Shore. Looks like Jordan Smith, and 2 free throws coming up for the freshman White.
Yeah, the Hawks switched to a 2-3 zone that time, but the Eagles kind of cut it apart a little bit.
Keisha White from Friendship Collegiate Academy in D.C. buries her first free throw. 1,900 career points at that public charter institution. She was D.C. Public Charter School's MVP in 2016. 3-time All-DC Charter, 2-time All-State, 3-time Washington Post All-Metro selection. Second free throw, beautiful arc, nothing but net. 13-12 NC Central, 4:20 to play in the first quarter. Torri Morris checked in for the Shore at that last whistle, and now Morris tied up down low underneath the basket. Tried to get a shot off and had the ball hugged to the body of an NC Central player. Might have been Alyssa Thompson, the 6'1" freshman from Charlotte, who also checked in at that break. Pass, thread the needle inside to Gil Miles, and Gil Miles, surrounded by maroon defenders, able to flick it in for about 5 feet.
I think Miles can have a big day inside if we can get the ball to him.
Shore leads 14-13, 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. This is White dancing on the left wing, spots up from 3 and buries it over Sidnor. Keisha White coming alive. She's got 10 already. 16-14 NCCU, and now Portia Sidner travels just outside the paint on the right side, trying to shoot the basketball pass the basketball and walk before she was able to pass it.
Got caught on her hip a little bit. Full court press by the Hawks, 2-2-1.
Sammy Oliver Alexander, a junior forward from San Jose, California, into the game for the Eagles. And this is White, who waits on the left channel, now centers up, guarded loosely by Hicks. Watch her, she's got 10 already. White, chest pass the right wing to Martin. Thinks about the 3, gets it, and 1. Portia Sidnor contacts her on the way back down. Martin hits a deep 3, and she's got a chance for a 4-point play.
And the Eagles are lighting it up from three-point land. That should be, I think they're perfect from out there. My official stats.
Either 4 for 4 or 5 for 5.
Yes. One or the other.
Regine Martin checks in. Alexis Hicks gets a seat for Eastern Shore, and now Martin, the top free throw shooter in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, steps to the line and buries it. A 4-point play for Martin. She's got 9 already, and Martin and White are outscoring the Hawks on their own. It's 20-14 NCCU. 3 and change to play in the first. Gil Miles jabs into the right elbow. Now they flick it to Martin on the right baseline. Rainbow cross court to Martha Thompson. Thompson pull-up jumper from 15 foot. Left baseline is in. 20-16 NC Central. Under 3 to play in the first quarter. Here's Keisha White. Flings it to the left sideline. Now they work it out to Thompson around the horn to White. Thought about the shot. Instead, the extra pass. Right corner. 3 ball. Leaves it strong is Oliver Alexander, but Maroon chases down the rebound. Now they're threaded inside the Thompson free throw line. Back out to Benton, and now top of the circle to White. White, NBA range 3. Yes! And Keisha White, just a simple clap of the hands as if she's been doing that her entire life. A 7-point lead for NCCU, 23-16. And now inside the Torri Morris, Portia Sidner with the jump stop at the free throw line. Inside to Morris, beautiful swing play by the point guard. Morris delivers 23-18 NC Central, 2:14 to play in the quarter. White lobs it to the right elbow for Thompson for the Eagles. Inside to Adams, posts up, layup over Gil Miles, skips across the rim and out. Martha Thompson collects the board in transition. Her one-handed pass is intercepted as Thompson got back on defense. Thompson trying to do too much that time in transition.
Ill-advised pass cross court.
Here's White from the edge of the Maroon M. Sidnor tries to pickpocket her. Across her dribble, she gets by it. Straight away from 3. Yes, sirree. Oh, my word. Keisha White. 16 first quarter points, and the Eagle bench sky high. They were in a gaggle together after that one. 26-18, Eastern Shore down. Martin misses a 3 from the right wing, but Thompson gets the board. Now Gil Miles on the right wing, back at the Thompson, catch and shoot 3, leaves it short. Gil Miles, rebound deflected to Martin. Martin's pass partially blocked, and Thompson gets the long board. Another fresh 30 for Eastern Shore. Sidnor wide open on the left wing, but the pass too late for her. Not enough mustard on it. 8-point Hawk deficit with about a minute to play in the first quarter. This is Sidnor top of the circle with 12 to shoot. Chest pass to Thompson, left wing for 3. Got it. Martha Thompson with the answer right in front of the Eagle bench. 26-21 NCCU. 50 seconds to play in the first. Crossover from Martin. Martin cuts in, left elbow, leaves a shot strong off the back iron. Gil Miles to the board, and she's fouled as she wrestles away the rebound. Looks like they'll get Alyssa Thompson for the call.
I think it was. We had a choice about 3 people.
Yeah.
They could have done it. The Hawks got 5 shots at it on the offensive end that time, so they went after the ball, and finally Thompson knocks the 3 down. So good hustle by the Hawks on that offensive sequence.
5th time the charm. Cece Byram trots the ball into the front court. She's back into the game. Kasina Popovich also in for White. Popovich has it on the right wing. Overhead pass to Byram. Now around the horn to Martin. Bounce pass to Thompson. Left corner. Flings it out for Byram. Down low to Popovich. Popovich cuts across the paint. Misses it to the right. Rebound tipped up and wrestled away by Martha Thompson. Thompson creating chaos underneath the Hawks basket. And now with the shot clock off, Eastern Shore can sit on it until the last shot. Byram. And off to Martin. Regine back to Byram on the left sideline. Now Popovich left elbow. Fakes a pass to the corner. 6 to shoot now. Popovich finds Thompson left wing. Cuts in the baseline. And her floater's blocked. NCCU has it. They won't get a shot off before the end of the quarter.
The score at the end of the first.
And after 10 minutes of action, it is all Keisha White. 16 first quarter points for the freshman. Nearly outscoring the Hawks by herself. But NCCU takes a 26-21 lead after the first. We'll be right back with the second quarter on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya.
Here you go, man.
Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back at the Heights Center, second quarter action with NC Central leading Eastern Shore 26-21. Eagles to inbound. It's Alyssa Thompson from right in front of us at the midcourt line. She flings it into Dominique Adams, and we're underway with quarter number 2. Now it's Martin on the left wing, Rodnisha to Thompson. They work it around the horn into the corner for Sammy Oliver-Alexander. Pass punched out of bounds by Martha Thompson. Long arms on the grad transfer, Thompson.
Yeah, the Hawks played a 2-3 zone, but they're trapping on that first pass, especially on the sideline. Now they're up to person-to-person.
Oliver-Alexander lobs it in again. Hawks nearly able to trap him that time, but they find Alyssa Thompson, her 15-foot left winger, way too strong, and Torri Morris with the carom. And it says Martha Thompson, one-handed inside. Popovich has it. Kasina has it. The left post. Now they work it back out to Byram, who will reset the half court. Byram takes a screen from Morris. Now wheels in from the left side of the paint. Her floater blocked, and Martin comes down with it for the Eagles. Martin in transition. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Clangs off the back of the iron. And Martin gets tangled up. Regine Martin gets tangled up with Kyra Benton on the rebound attempt. It appears that Regine has picked up the foul. And she does. First foul of the quarter against Eastern Shore. NC Central inbound. It's Dominique Adams inside to Martin, right underneath the basket. Her shot blocked by Torri Morris, and Torri gets a spin and collects it. Now it's Cece Byram galloping into the front court, coast to coast in transition. Misses the shot strong off the backboard, but a late blocking call, the blocking foul against North Carolina Central, will put Cece Byram at the free throw line once more. Is that Oliver-Alexander again? It is, and that's foul number 2 against Sammy Oliver-Alexander. So Byram back to the free throw line, made just 1 of 3 after getting fouled behind the arc in the first quarter. First shot tickles the twine.
It looks a little better. Also, Cece getting to the rim on the left side, if you notice. That's good to see.
Paulina Frie's in, as well as Keisha White, the sensational freshman. 16 points in the first quarter. Her season high is 20. She's almost there. Byram's second free throw, nothing but net. So recovery from Byram. One possession game again. Hawks down 26-23, 1 minute into the second quarter. This is White, who glides across the timeline, working against Martin. Martin on her like glue. Zigzagging is White. Now she gets loose straight away for three and got it again.
They say she's pretty hot.
Oh, yes, she is. White able to shake off Regine Martin. Blocked from behind. Torri Morris had an open look. That was not open for long. A Frié swats it, but Byron gets the rebound and a second chance for the Hawks. Cece driving in, float shot, left hand off the glass and good. The bank is open at 6 o'clock on a Monday for Cece Byram. 29-25 NC Central, 8.5 to play before halftime. This is Oliver Alexander, left sideline for NCCU. A overhand lob into a Frié, deflected, and a foul.
By Morris.
By Torri Morris, yes.
The difference in this game is the NC Central Eagles are making threes and the Hawks are making twos.
For NC Central, they're hitting at an enormous rate. I've got them at...
I think it's 6 for 6. Or
7 for 8. 7 for 8.
Who missed? I can't remember that.
There was one from the right corner. Okay. That hit wasn't White, I can tell you that. And now a travel against Kyra Benton as she gets the inbound. NC Central gives it away. Well, the Eagles come in shooting just 27% from three. That's middle of the road in the MEAC. They're going to improve those numbers tonight.
Improve that. That's right.
Byram sprints into the front court. Her float shot middle of the paint. Back off the iron. Jordan Smith's putback rolls off the rim. And a whistle on the third chance for Maryland Eastern Shore as they'll ding somebody on North Carolina Central. Oh, no, it's Eastern Shore. Martha Thompson called for the infraction. Over the back is the call.
That's what he said, anyhow.
8:06 to play in the second quarter. NC Central with the basketball up 29-25. Keisha White trying to shake Regine Martin. She's into the front court. Screen set. White gets loose. No look pass to the right wing for Dominique Adams. Now it's Benton on the right sideline. Back out to White. Martin right in her face. White stops her dribble and slings it down low for a Frié who gets loose and has an easy practice layup from the left side. A Frié on the feed from White. 31-25 NCC.
You can make that easy pass when you're knocking them down and defense has to come out.
Delayed pass for the Hawks inside to Jordan Smith. Her flinger off the back of the iron. Rebound chased down by Martha Thompson. Double team underneath the basket. Reverse layup. Got it. Oh, Martha Thompson pumping the brakes and accelerating on the left baseline. Thompson with the nifty bucket. 31-27 NCCU. 7 and change to play in the second quarter. And now a desperation heave by White in the front court's intercepted by Jordan Smith. Regine Martin's layup is good. Well, this time Martin got the best of White, forcing a costly turnover, and it's a one-possession game again. 31-29, Shore down. 6:53 to play in the second quarter. And Martin with another steal as a botch handoff against White. Regine Martin, jump pass inside to Popovich. Popovich lays it in and one. Kasina Popovich in transition. And Regine Martin, it starts and ends with her. The steal and the assist. And a timeout called by Tricia Stafford Odom. We'll step aside at the 6:45 mark of the second quarter. Eastern Shore's tied at 31-31 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Thank you, Matt.
Back at the Heights Center, 6:45 to play in the second quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore all square with North Carolina Central. It's 31-31. Will DeBoer and Dave Bird with you on the Shore Sports Network. And Dave, taking a look at this, NC Central shooting 56% from the floor, but the Hawks are all square because of turnovers. They've already forced 9 Eagle giveaways so far in this contest, and we're halfway through the second quarter. You're going to get more opportunities. You're going to hit more baskets. Kassina Popovich to the line, trying to complete an and one. She had a transition layup with an assist from Regine Martin that took us into that last break. Fouled by Dominique Adams. Kassina's free throw bounces strong off the iron, and a rebound for White and the Eagles. Still 31 all. Quickly into the front court, NCCU. They work it right baseline. Spin move down low by Afriye. Afriye's bumped on the bunny hop layup attempt, and she'll step to the free throw line. Martha Thompson picks up her second foul. Now Paulina Afriye to the stripe. Afriye, a rebounding machine for North Carolina Central, especially in conference play, as she hits her first free throw, averaging 13 points and 11 rebounds per contest in the conference. She leads the MEAC in MEAC rebounds. Second free throw rattles around and drops down. 2 for 2 is Afriye. 33-31. NC Central back in front. 6.5 to play before halftime. Byram trots to the front court on the right sideline for the Shore. Popovich trying to set a screen. CC takes it, stops the dribble, flings it to Smith on the left wing. Overhead pass inside to Martin. Martin nearly drags her foot across the paint. Now she's chased back to the right wing. 12 to shoot for Regine. Cutting in at the free throw line, working against White, and White raises her arms but falls back on the shoulder of Regine Martin. And that's a foul against Keisha White, her first. Really the only mistake White has made so far today.
Yeah. She's absolutely perfect. 6 for 6, 5 for 5, 2 for 2, 19 points.
And it's from straight away on the three-point range. She's able to shake off defenders and get open shots. Hawk basketball. Inbound is to Martin. Martin cuts across the paint. Adjusts midair on a floater. Yes. Regine Martin gets the friendly bounce. 33 all. 6 even to play in the second quarter. Rodnisha Martin walks it up for NC Central. Crossover dribble working to the left baseline. Stop and shoot. Bang. 10-foot jumper from Rodnisha Martin. A pure shooter. NC Central back in front, 35-33. Under 6 to play in the second quarter. Byram quickly inside of Jordan Smith, who misses a layup from the right side. Popovich on the rebound attempt. It's tipped out of her hands by Afriye. So Hawks will get another crack at it.
Yeah. And the guard from UNC Central, Martin, has got some up. She's a stop and pop jump shooter.
Yes, she is. Byram in the backcourt for the Shore. Now it's Regine Martin, left wing, fakes a shot, cuts in across the paint, up and under. Her layup's good. Regine Martin creating the opportunity. 35 all, 5.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Now Kassina Popovich deflects a pass with the right elbow, controlled now by the Eagles. On the right sideline, this is Benton, who passes it to Daria DeWitt, who's fresh into the game. Now it's Rodnisha Martin, fakes right, moves left instead, stops up from the 12-foot, leaves a shot short, rebound tipped out of bounds, and controlled by Maryland Eastern Shore.
At that time, a little better defense by the Hawks, and we got the out of bounds, full court.
Popovich to inbound to Byram. Regine Martin, Jordan Smith, Kiara Eaton also on the floor for White. This is Byram, laterals to Eaton in the backcourt. And off to Regine Martin, who circles up, stops, drives in, left side of the paint, nearly stripped by White. Instead, they'll get Keisha White for a foul call. Too much body contact. She reached in and tried to take the ball from Martin. And now, Dave, what Hawks want to see, 2 fouls against Keisha White, who's got 19 already. Inbound to Kassina Popovich, and she's fouled immediately. Sandwiched between Afriye and Benton. Popovich pinballs around, and she'll have free throws coming up, but that's foul number 5 of the quarter. Only 5 minutes gone by in this quarter as well.
We got a flurry of fouls over the last 2 minutes.
Kassina's first free throw, strong off the iron. Popovich from Moscow, Russia, also went to the famous Forest Trails Academy. Won an AAU championship in Atlanta and was offered a scholarship at Eastern Shore immediately after. Second free throw, nothing but net. Nice arc from Popovich. 36-35 Shore, under 5 to play in the second quarter. Start and stop underneath the basket. A reverse layup for Benton, and Kyra Benton spinning the wrong way and falling away from the basket. Nifty shot that time. 37-36 NC Central. 4:44 to play in the quarter. Martin cut off, moving to her left. Now she dances into the paint, left side, layup strong off the backboard. Jordan Smith
foul again.
Corrals the board, and her shot attempt picks up a foul. She's going to the free throw line. Daria Hewitt with the foul.
33, Daria Hewitt.
And now it's Jordan Smith coming off of her first double-double in a Eastern Shore uniform. 12 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks against NCA&T. First free throw's up and good. Regine Martin out after a strong series on the floor, and Alexis Hicks back in. Smith trying to untie this game with a free throw. Second one's up and good. 2 for 2, Jordan Smith. 38-37, Eastern Shore up. 4:33 to play before halftime. This is White, who glides across the big M. Double team by Hicks, behind the back dribble. White driving in past the free throw line. Her pass deflected. Looks like she was headed for Hewitt on the left baseline. Somebody got a hand on it.
On the left block. Out of bounds underneath her basket.
Hawks closing on defense as White's been harder pressed to shake the defenders so far, but they leave her open in the left corner in her 3-ball. It sails strong off the rim. Rebound controlled by NC Central. They miss a point-blank layup, and Kiara Eaton wrestles it away. Eaton pushing it up court for the Shore. It's now Byram in the left corner. Cece pumps the brakes, jump pass inside to Smith. Smith turnaround 12-footer, halfway down and out. Popovich had the rebound, falls out of her hands, and now a whistle underneath the basket.
I think she may have got fouled.
Yes, she was. This was a Frié who picks up the infraction. That's 2 on Paulina Frié.
Yeah, Popovich very active around the basket today. Some really positive moves in there, causing problems for the Eagles.
Well, Popovich hasn't seen much playing time this season as her free throw rattles out. Trying to make the most of it now after the season-ending injury to Dominique Walker about a week ago. Deja McCain checks back in. McCain we haven't seen since the first couple of minutes, already with 2 fouls. 4 Maroon players have 2 fouls against them in this first half. Dave, that could really be a problem for him in the second, as Popovich rolls in her second free throw. 1 for 2 for Cassina, as she'll take a seat in favor of Marisha Gill-Miles. 39-37, Shore up, 4 to go before halftime. White dances around Hicks, like Fred Ginger out there on the right sideline. Stops her dribble, hands it off to McCain at the free throw line. McCain driving in against Gill-Miles. Up and under with the left hand, leaves it short. Rebound tipped once, and it's cleared by Byram. Byram turns on the Jets, takes it herself to the house, and she travels. CC Byram called for the extra step with that burst forward, left side of the paint. Tough break for the Shore, as that was an open look for Byram.
Yeah, it looked good, too.
Well, safe to say, Dave, this is the CC Byram we've come to expect, at least from Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah.
After an off day on Saturday, she's back. Keisha White into the front court for NC Central, and she's pickpocketed by Jordan Smith, who volleys it in the air to Hicks. Numbers forward for the Hawks. Now Alexis will let the rest of the offense get back with her. Here's CC Byram on the left wing for Maryland Eastern Shore, trying to stretch into a 2-possession game. Byram, step back 20-footer straight away. For back iron, rebound chased down by McCain. Now White with a Hail Mary up to Rodnisha Martin. Martin trying to cross up Eaton. Instead, she'll pump the brakes and hand it back off to White, who's been a bit sloppy in the second quarter. Lob inside to McCain at the left elbow. McCain working against Smith. Stops her dribble. Flicks it to Benton. Right baseline, 18-footer, strong. And Gill-Miles climbs the ladder for it. Under 3 to play in the second quarter. Hawks up 2, looking for more. Hicks chest pass to Byram on the right wing for the Shore. Now it's Gill-Miles around the horn to Hicks. Hicks dribbles against White. Back out to Eaton. Left of center for 3. Bit strong, too much on it. Rebound tipped once, and White has it. White, stutter step in against Eaton, and her layup, almost a catapult off the backboard and in. Keisha White with 21 points, a career high in the first half. 39 all, 2:22 to play in this second quarter. Here's Gill-Miles, has it at the free throw line for the Shore, driving in against Thompson, steps back from the left post and leaves her shot well short. Thompson holds fast on defense.
I think Thompson got a piece of that.
Thompson with a block that time, and now it's White, left channel. Little bunny hop pass to McCain, fake handoff. Now Deja flings it back to Martin. Rodnisha working against Byram, gets separation, 20-footer. Back rim, And the carom by Eaton. Kyra Eaton working one-on-one as she gallops in around Martin, lays up from the left side and in.
Yeah, nice layup by Eaton. Under control that time, left-hand side.
Now there's the preseason third-team All-MEAC selection we were expecting from Eaton. 41-39 Shore, 98 seconds to play before halftime. Here's Rodnisha Martin. Give and go with Thompson this time. Martin inside to McCain. McCain blocked from behind and fouled by C.C. Byram. McCain swooshing in there to deny McCain the easy basket.
She got a good foul that time.
Number 22,
Deja McCain to the free throw line. One of two designated captains for Tricia Stafford Odom this year for NC Central. The other one, Rodnisha Martin. First free throws up, and she leaves it off the front of the iron. Rare miss from McCain, who shoots 91% from the stripe. Dominique Adams back into the game for NC Central. And for the Shore, it's Portia Sitnor and Torri Morris. McCain from R.D. Kell High School in Charlotte. First team all-conference, won the team's Cornerstone Award and Leadership Award her last year there. Hits her second free throw, 41-40 Shore, a minute and a half to play before halftime. Portia Sitnor dancing into the front court, working against Benton. Now Hicks has it for the Shore, threads it inside for Gil Miles. Turn around from the right baseline, easy flick of the finger, and it's in. Barisha Gil Miles with the bucket, she's got 8. 43-40 Eastern Shore, 1:08 to play in the second quarter. Adams calling for some help for NC Central, leaves a pass up for Benton. Benton chases it down, now an 18-footer from the right baseline. Put too much on it, and the rebound flicked out of bounds by Kyra Eaton that time.
And the Eagles with the ball underneath their own basket. Hawks in a 2-3 packed in zone.
Dominique Adams to inbound. Adams fakes into the left corner. Looking, and she barely gets it off. It's into Alyssa Thompson. Thompson stops direction at the left post, and her wild shot, might have gotten a hand on it, was Morris. Gil Miles snares it.
Good defense by the Hawks that time.
Here's Kyra Eaton on the right wing for Eastern Shore. Overhead fling to Sitnor. Portia on the left channel. Sitnor starts her dribble right in front of the bench. Chest pass to Hicks in the left corner. Alexis with a hand in her face. Wrap around pass to Gil Miles, who's inside to Torri Morris, and Morris travels at the free throw line. About an obvious travel call, as you'll see, Dave. As she took a good 3 steps before she started dribbling that time.
Torri was in a hurry to get to the lane that time.
Dominique Adams takes a seat, and we'll see Keisha White back in for offense. About a 3-second difference shot in game clock as we're winding things down here in the second quarter. White, who's got 21 in the first half already, lobs a pass top of the circle to McCain. McCain hands it off to Benton, who circles up, and now Rodnisha Martin skids her wheels on the right baseline, and NC Central gives it right back.
20 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if we can get a good shot.
Shot clock is off, so Eastern Shore will have the final look at this half, if that's their prerogative. Sauntering into the front court, Portia Sitnor stretches her left and her right foot. 8 to shoot now. Gil Miles hits the screen. Sitnor stops her dribble. She's stripped on the perimeter. It's Keisha White. 3 seconds. White with a breakaway. Misses it. Strong off the backboard from the left side. Second chance too late for NC Central. And that's halftime for you. Or is it? Was there a late whistle?
Yes, there was a whistle over here by the referee on the left baseline.
They're going to go to the monitor here.
But I think she's shooting. And the whistle was before the red lights.
Kyra Benton standing at the free throw line she's expecting to have 2 free throws. And there was a lot of bodies converging in the paint at the very end there, Dave.
The official went up with a hand before the red light.
As it stands right now, it's 43-40, Maryland Eastern Shore. NC Central will likely get a couple of free throws before everybody heads to the locker room. They just got to make sure they have the timing right.
Yeah, we're a little lackadaisical are going for the last shot. We're standing over the basketball, with let the clock run down. Sometimes that's not very good. You get double teamed out here, and then you start to scramble, and resulted in a turnover, and the Eagles getting the last shot.
Now, there's a difference between being lackadaisical and just being in an isolation move.
Is it true?
They put 0.6 seconds left on the clock. They've added 0.6 of a second. That was when Benton was fouled, and the foul's against Kyra Eaton. So a tough break for Eaton, who picks up her second foul inside of a second to go before halftime.
Number 5, Kyra
Benton to shoot 2 free throws. Kyra Benton played for Mount San Antonio College, the powerhouse of the California Community College circuit. They were back-to-back state champions. She was the MVP of the California JUCO tournament last year. Her first free throw's up and good. Tricia Stafford Odom, the head coach for NC Central, has California connections. She played at Cal Berkeley, graduating in '92, one of the top players in Pac-10 history. Second free throw up and good for Benton, who followed her coach out to the east. Hicks can't get anything done with the inbounds, and now we're heading into halftime. Eastern Shore holding a 1-point lead over NC Central. A high-flying first half sees the Hawks up 43-42. We're going to take a break. When we come back, halftime analysis, and we'll set you up for what should prove to be an exciting final 20 minutes of action here from the Heights Center. Again, your halftime score, Maryland Eastern Shore 43, North Carolina Central 42 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hassa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
This is Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
Caterers setting up. DJ spinning oldies all night. Gift their favorite jazz album signed. Total party cost $550. Just send me your half with Zelle.
Oh, Zelle. That's already in my Wells Fargo mobile app. Sending money now.
Great. Mom and Dad's 25th anniversary is going to be perfect.
Send and receive money from just about anyone with a U.S.-based bank account. Wells Fargo, building better every day. Terms and conditions apply. The Zelle service is property of Early Warning Services, LLC, Wells Fargo Bank, N.A.
Your car has lots of lights. You've got headlights, interior lights, the light that comes on when you open your glove box. But there's one light that's the best of the bunch, your check engine light. And at AutoZone, we have the tools to help you troubleshoot the real problem for free. Whether it's something serious or something simple like a loose gas cap, you'll get a MyZone health report to help save you money and hassle down the road. So if your check engine light comes on, come on over to AutoZone and let's get you what you need.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
We welcome you inside the Hawk halftime show, courtside at the Heights Athletic Center in Princess Anne, where the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks lead the North Carolina Central Eagles 43-42 at halftime. Will DeBoer and Dave Bird with you courtside. And Dave, the name of the game so far for Eastern Shore has been turnovers. They forced 11 giveaways by North Carolina Central, and the Eagles average 22 giveaways per game. That's near the bottom in the MEAC. Certainly living up to their billing this afternoon and evening, and it's helping the Hawks in the short run, at least.
Right. If we can score offensively or after a free throw, then we got a great chance to press. When we're pressing, the Eagles are throwing the ball away.
That they are, and turnovers especially a problem in the second quarter. That was when Eastern Shore was able to make their move. They were down 5 at the end of the first, able to outscore them by 6, hence the 1-point lead at halftime. But Eastern Shore shooting much better in this game than they have in quite some time, certainly in MEAC play. Hawks 16 of 37 in the first half. That's 43%. 2 of 7 from long range, 9 of 13 from the free throw line. NC Central, meanwhile, cooling off after a red-hot first quarter. They were 8 of 13 in the first, just 5 of 17 in the second. Overall, 13 for 30. That's 43%. But 7 of 9 from three-point range. They hit 6 three-pointers out of 7 chances in the first quarter. Hawks were able to seal off the perimeter in the second, but NC Central still lighting them up from deep, and they're 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Leading scorer for the Hawks in a balanced attack is Barisha Gill Miles. BGM with 8 points and 5 rebounds. She's shooting 4 of 7 from the floor. 7 points for Kyra Eaton, who's having a bounce-back effort today. 2 for 4 shooting. Eaton with 7 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist in 11 minutes. Martha Thompson has 7 points off the bench in just 9 minutes. 6 for Regine Martin, 5 for Siani Byram, 4 for Cassina Popovich, a couple of them at the free throw line. 2 each for Jordan Smith, Alexis Hicks, and Torri Morris, and then Portia Sittner was scoreless in the first half. As for NC Central, it starts and ends with the freshman from D.C., Keisha White, 21 first-half points, including 16 in the first quarter. She's shooting 7 of 9 from the floor, 5 of 6 from three-point range. White nearly untouchable in that first quarter. The Hawks were able to at least throttle her a little bit in the second.
Yeah, Regine Martin mainly playing that sticky, person-to-person defense, and she didn't get off, wasn't allowed to get off the shot. Matter of fact, committed 2 turnovers, and we got some buckets out of it.
And Martin, the spark plug of that, you said sticky. I think when you were a kid, did you have those sticky toy monkey things that you would fling on somebody and wait for it to peel off? Well, Martin's been sticky just like that. The rest of these scores for NC Central: 11 for Rodnisha Martin, who's proven to be a pure shooter so far, 4 of 8 from the floor. 5 for Paulina Afriye, 4 for Kyra Benton, 1 for Deja McCain, and then all scoreless coming off the bench for NC Central: Sammy Oliver Alexander, Alyssa Thompson, Dominique Adams, and Daria Hewitt. Rebounding, Eastern Shore controls at 24-19, including 13-7 on the offensive glass. So, Dave, even when they're missing from point blank, at least they're getting second, third, and even fourth opportunities sometime.
We did on one possession. We got 5,
and Martha Thompson was able to hit that 3.
That's correct.
Right, you are. Fouls, Eastern Shore with 10, but in much better shape as they're sort of spread out. But 2 for Kyra Eaton and Martha Thompson. They'll have to watch themselves coming into the third quarter. For NC Central, they've got 9, and they're all concentrated. Paulina Afriye, Deja McCain, Sammy Oliver Alexander, and Keisha White, all with 2 fouls in the opening 20 minutes. Assists, 10-4 for Maryland Eastern Shore. The Hawks only come in averaging 12 assists per contest. They've got 10 in a rather charitable first half. 3 for Jordan Smith, 2 for Alexis Hicks, 2 for Portia Sidnor. Blocks, 5-1 for NC Central. 3 from Alyssa Thompson and 2 from Paulina Afriye. Then steals, 3-1 for Maryland Eastern Shore. Turnover-wise, of course, the Hawks have given up 6 times. They forced 11 mistakes by NC Central. Points in the paint, it's been the Hawks 18-8. Points off turnovers, Eagles 11-10. Second chance points, the Hawks hold a 14-8 advantage. Fast break points, it's 4-2 NC Central. And bench points, 19-0 for the home side. That 8 ties and 7 lead changes in a close-cut first half. Eastern Shore led for 5 minutes. NC Central led for about 12. Largest lead for the Eagles was 8 points, and it appeared at the end of the first quarter, Dave, they were going to blow it out of the water, but the Hawks were able to lead at multiple points in the second quarter, and they take the lead into the break.
Yes, and I think in the halftime, Coach Patrick is going to look at the box score and see that the Eagles' two main guns are scoring. They only had 5 ladies score in that first half, so we're going to force somebody else to score some points the second half, and I think defense could win us this basketball game.
So you'd expect to see quite a few double teams perhaps on White or on Rodnisha Martin.
Yeah, when they get the ball, you're going to see some traps, I believe.
Some traps, some double teams, and like you said, they're going to dare somebody else to beat them.
Yes, that's
but
right.
Who can step up for NC Central? I'm sure that's what Tricia Stafford-Oden and her staff are trying to figure out for North Carolina Central. Take a break, come back, take a look at what else is happening in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. It's the Monday after a Saturday. Of course, every Monday comes after a Saturday in the MEAC. It's Monday, folks. We'll get you the scores right after this on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
Take Hawks basketball with you anywhere. Get the SFM Go app in the Google Play or iTunes Store and stream on SFM Sports Channel 2.
Back on the Hawk halftime show, Eastern Shore up 43-42 over NC Central at the break. Live look in at Savannah State. It's up 15-8 over Norfolk State in the women's part of the doubleheader down south. Other matchups tonight. We don't have live stats from any of these games, but it's Howard hosting North Carolina A&T. South Carolina State has Hampton Town, and Delaware State is at Morgan State, a close rivalry in the Mid-Atlantic. Taking a look at the MEAC standings, as for the Hawks, at least this is their 7th showdown of conference schedule. Bethune-Cookman, as expected, undefeated and 5-0. 5 games in for them. The Lady Wildcats bringing back so much of their strength. Norfolk State at 3-0. North Carolina A&T is 4-0. Hampton's 3-0. NC Central, though, hanging tough. They're 3-2, tied with Howard for 5th in the MEAC. And Dave, this is a team that, Coach Batchelor said it, they already had some talent. Now you're bringing in the extra talent that Tricia Stafford Odom brought in, and plus her sterling coaching, and this could be a dark horse team, at least when the tournament comes around.
They're going to get better pretty quick.
That they are. We're going to take one last break. When we come back, third quarter action as the Hawks will try and bring it on home against North Carolina Central on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
When it comes to financial advice, there are a wealth of options out there. But is the advice you're getting clear and straightforward? With Fidelity Wealth Management, you'll have a financial advisor who helps you grow and protect your wealth. We'll offer strategies designed to reduce the impact of taxes while explaining our fees and your options. And we'll always offer clear recommendations for your full financial picture. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Fidelity Brokerage Services. Member NYSE SIPC.
I'm Tiffany Haddish, and I use Groupon so much, they made me the spokesperson. As the new Groupon spokesperson, they want me to sell you on saving money. And I'm like, what? You got to convince people to save money. You actually have to convince people to save on things you do every day, like up to 60% off massages and 40% off painting classes. That is the stupidest thing I ever heard. Almost as stupid as not saving money with Groupon. Download the app and save. Groupon.
My number 2 does not look like a number 2. I don't know what to call it. Is there a number 3?
Table for 4, please. Anything close to the restroom.
A middle seat with these stomach problems? That's my fear of flying.
Sound like you? If it does, you could be one of the many people with a digestive condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Even if you don't know what EPI is, you might know the symptoms: frequent diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain. If you have even just one of these symptoms, you could still have EPI, because not everybody experiences EPI the same way, which is why it's so important to open up to your doctor about all your symptoms. And the good news is, EPI is manageable, so don't keep a lid on it. Go to identifyepi.com, complete the symptom checker, and use it to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't keep a lid on it. Visit identifyepi.com. Brought to you by AbbVie.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back in Princess Anne, third quarter action. Maryland Eastern Shore leading North Carolina Central 43-42. And Dave, we mentioned the pregame it was going to come down to who was going to shoot the ball better. Well, it's a horse race instead of a turtle derby in this one. Both teams playing well over their marks as they're primed to exceed their season's average perhaps in this third quarter. So now it's going to be a matter of who can make the last defensive stop.
Yeah, that's why it's 43-42. Both are shooting the lights out of it.
The other question for the Hawks, I'm sure, is going to be when Regine Martin's not on the floor, who's going to guard Keisha White? When Martin was on the floor, White was neutralized. The white out, if you will.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to set her. If she opens up with a three, then she gets pretty hot.
Alexis Hicks to inbound for Maryland Eastern Shore, who has the arrow. Lob into Eaton, and we're underway from the third quarter. Kiki Eaton galloping against Benton, and Benton with a foul about 40 feet from the basket as Kyra tried to reach in and instead got Eaton's arm instead of ball.
I guess.
7 seconds in and a foul. That's not what you want.
I know. Wow. But they've been calling it all year, 40 feet from the basket. So I don't know why these kids can't remember that.
Hicks bounces in for Eaton, and Eaton's pass to Gil Miles deflected by Frié and tied up in the middle of the paint as Deja McCain got tangled up with Gil Miles that time. So NC Central creates a turnover 4 seconds after the foul, and it's Eagle basketball. White zigzagging into the front court for the Eagles. Handoff to Benton, left sideline, inside, deflected and intercepted by Alexis Hicks. Too many white jerseys. Hicks stutter step, flings a pass up to CeCe Byram on the right wing. Byram at the top of the circle to Eaton. Kiera Eaton pushes off, right elbow, jabs in and out. Now she'll slow things up. Starters on the floor for Eastern Shore. Jordan Smith is also out there. Eaton fakes right, moves left instead, middle of the paint, float shot, push it to the left, rebound tipped once, twice, and eventually controlled by Frié. And here comes NC Central, a travel against Kyra Benton, who got big old eyes on.
Wide open, that's why.
Yes, she was open. There was nobody around her, and she got sort of Muppet eyes as she tried to step in. And, well, imagine what a Muppet trying to dribble a basketball will be like, and that's like what she had, traveling.
It's a little bit sloppy to begin the second half.
This is Jordan Smith, 20-foot straightaway. Push her shot to the left for the Shore. Gil Miles rips away the rebound. Teardrops up and in and one. Barisha Gil Miles, the freshman, imposing her will on NC Central down low, and she's got a chance for a three-point play.
And she just outworked everybody that time and outsprung them.
And that's 3 on Paulina Frié. Gil Miles already with 10. The reigning MEAC Freshman of the Week, trying to make it another one. And her free throw sails well to the left. Not a good free throw shooter. Frié picks up the rebound after her third foul. I don't know, Dave, I think the Eagles got to get her out of here now. But Frié has it top of the circle for NC Central. This is Rodnisha Martin on the left wing, staring down Eaton. Now drives in. She picked up the foot and she traveled. Well, that time, Rodnisha Martin, she had Eaton all over her, and after a long time holding the basketball, forgot to dribble.
Yeah. And that's about 3 turnovers just to start the second half for the Lady Eagles.
14 for NC Central. Hawk basketball right to left moves ashore in this second half, third quarter. Hicks chest pass top of the circle to Gil Miles. Gil Miles staring down at Frié, loses the handle, gets it back, now drives in left side of the paint, gets a bump, no call. Her shot misses everything. Strong. Rebound for McCain. And here comes White gliding into the front court, and she's fouled on the right wing as she drives in. That's Alexis Hicks who got her on the elbow.
That's the same hand check that was called on the other side. So they're being consistent in the striped shirts.
Yeah, that's all you can ask
That's
for.
all you can ask for.
Felicia Young, Kenneth Stevens, Jennifer Emanuel, the three officials tonight. We thank them for their work, of course. It's a tough job. Deja McCain has it right elbow, kicks it back onto Benton. Benton circling in, right baseline, pump fake. Now her shot from 10 foot is about an 8-footer off the bottom of the rim. Eastern Shore gets the rebound, and already a third foul against the Eagles in this quarter. That's number 4 on Paulina Frié, and she's still in there, Dave. If I'm Eastern Shore, I attack them right now. I attack her down low right now. 2 minutes into the third quarter, up 45-42. You want to get a Paulina Frié out of this game. Gil Miles dumps it off to Hicks, right of center for 3, just off the back of the iron, but Kiki Eaton is there to snag the board, and Eastern Shore with a fresh 30. Hicks fakes right, left, moves right, spin to the right, and her teardrop rims in and out. Rebound saved in bounds. White's on the floor with it, and for Alexis Hicks, unfriendly physics that time. Leading pass up to Rodnisha Martin for NC Central. She cuts in, stops and pops middle of the paint, push it to the right. Hicks with the board. Alexis Hicks serpentining around maroon jerseys. Right, left, and right again. She's on the right sideline. Wrap around pass inside to Jordan Smith. Posting up against a Frié. She lays it up and in. Jordan Smith didn't get the contact, but gets the bucket.
Yeah, Frié just had to back off.
And she'll have to come out next whistle. It hasn't come yet, though. 47-42 Shore. Now Paulina White, or that was Keisha White, rather, mixing everybody up. Keisha White off the glass and good. A floater from the left baseline. She's got 23. 47-44 Shore. 3 minutes into the second half, third quarter. Risha Gill Miles to the Shore, driving in, stood up straight by McCain. Her turnaround 12-footer rims in and out. And the ball tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Eastern Shore. It'll go to NC Central. Now Paulina Frié takes a seat with 4 fouls.
Yeah, she stayed in the game for about 2 minutes with those 4 fouls.
She did.
There was never a whistle.
Jayla Calhoun checks in, 5'10 junior from Houston, Texas. Player of the week in the MEAC at the very beginning of the season after a 25.8 rebound performance against Longwood. She has the basketball on the left wing for NC Central. Dumps it off to White. And now it's Martin and an offensive foul. They'll ding the Eagles for an illegal screen. Calhoun fresh into the game, and she creates another turnover for the Eagles.
That's a nightmare for a coach. You put somebody in, they foul just about immediately.
Byram jogs across the timeline for the Shore. No look dump off to Gil Miles. Gil Miles circling in right baseline, nearly traveled. Kicks it back out to Hicks. Teardrop, yes. Alexis Hicks, teardrop from the middle of the right side of the paint. 49-44 Shore. 6 and change to play in the third quarter. Keisha White, lob up to Calhoun and back to White now for NC Central. White staring down Hicks. Feeds down low for McCain. Deja got separation from Gil Miles and an easy layup from the right side. Nice pass inside by White. 49-46 Eastern Shore, under 6 to play in the third quarter. Hicks has it for the Shore. Now it's Gil Miles top of the circle. Lowers her head and drives in past the free throw line. Shot to the left. Rips away her own rebound. Now it's Hicks straight away. Wide open for 3. Got it! Alexis Hicks on the second chance. Nobody within a country mile of her. 52-46 Eastern Shore. Now a leading pass way out of reach of Rodnisha Martin. Another NC Central turnover. Hawk basketball.
Timeout.
A timeout for Tricia Stafford Odom and the Eagles. They can feel themselves losing control of this game. We'll step aside at the 5:30 mark of the third quarter. Eastern Shore in the lead, 52-46 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMsports.net.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hassa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Hello, I'm your waiter Surge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that.
All right, see ya.
Here you go, man.
Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back on the shore, 5:30 to play in the third quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore leading North Carolina Central 52-46. And Dave, it's been a Hawk bonanza in the third quarter, and this bonanza funded by 5 NC Central turnovers in the first 4+ minutes of the quarter.
And he committed 16 for the game. That's a
high total.
That's a nice number for the Hawks.
Indeed it is. The Hawks have only given it up 7 times. +9 in the turnover column. Eastern Shore basketball after another such turnover. CeCe Byram jogs in the front court, right to left. Dumps it off for Eaton. Eaton circling up left elbow, fakes a pass instead, takes it to the rack herself, off the glass and good. Explosiveness from Kyra Eaton. 54-46, Shore's largest lead at 8 points. 5.5 to play in the third quarter. This is the free throw line. It's Calhoun who kicks it out to Rodnisha Martin, who rattles home the deep 2 from the left wing. 54-48 Shore. Now Alexis Hicks stops and pops from 15-foot left wing. Leaves it strong. Rebound tipped around and wrestled away by White. Here come the Eagles in transition. This is Rodnisha Martin cut off, and she travels as Barisha Gill Miles stood her up straight. Nice defense getting back there by Gill Miles and stopping the quick step of Rodnisha Martin. Well, it'll be a travel, which means the Hawks will keep the possession arrow. Jump ball would have had it flipped.
Stafford Odom not too happy with the calls.
No, she is not.
The last couple minutes.
Tricia Stafford Odom calling over one of the officials to ask for an explanation. As it's another turnover for NC Central. They've already given it away 6 times in the quarter. Gill Miles, Byram rather, on the right channel into the front court for the Shore. Now Gill Miles has it. Free throw line, spins left to right, middle of the paint, and a dart shot salts the rim and drops the line. Barisha Gill Miles with 12 and 8, approaching another double-double. 56-48 Eastern Shore. 4.5 to play in the third quarter, and now foul, looks like in the paint, as Barisha Gill Miles was flat on her fanny, but they'll call the foul on Gill Miles herself.
I think she got hit, but she grabbed hold of it. Out of bounds underneath the basket for the Eagles.
NC Central giving it to Benton. Now Benton inbounds to Calhoun, takes her own handoff. This is Kyra Benton, guarded by Byram. Left of center, now slings a pass into the wing to Calhoun, who rattles home a 12-footer. Jayla Calhoun left wide open. She buries it, 56-50 Eastern Shore. 4:12 to play in the third quarter. Gary Eaton for the Shore, gallops in. Laterals to Gill Miles, circles in right elbow, now falling away, one-handed shot, leaves it short. Jordan Smith had the rebound, missed it strong, gets her own rebound a second time, and a fresh 30 for Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah, Jordan Smith with 2 offensive rebounds in 1 possession.
And a rare miss from down low for the Shore. They're not missing those today. CeCe Byram cuts across the paint, but she's hand-checked before the shot went off, it appears. Or no, it's a shooting foul.
2 fingers went up.
2 fingers went up. Who's the foul against is the question. Clock is reset here. CeCe Byram stepping to the free throw line. Who was that foul against? It looks like 3 fingers, but there's no 3. Oh, it's against Keisha White.
Number 2, CeCe Byram at the line.
I don't know even where she was.
Lost in the sea of bodies down there as Byram rattles home her first free throw. Hawk bench has that thing where they all cross their legs at one direction. They've all got their right legs on their left knees, and they all double tap the feet after a made free throw. We'll see if they do it here. Free throw by Byram, leaves it short, and a jump ball underneath the basket as Calhoun had the rebound, but Gill Miles came swooping in there to tie her up, and that keeps the possession arrow for Maryland Eastern Shore.
And here comes out of bounds play underneath our own basket. We've been very good at this. Clock reset again.
up 57-50 with 3:46 to play in the third quarter. Dominique Adams checks back in for the Eagles.
Yeah, the arrow will change after.
Eaton, the other R.J. Reynolds graduate, flicks it into Hicks. Hawk basketball. It's Byram, top of the circle. Threads Neal inside. Jordan Smith, what awareness, but Smith missed the layup strong. She got too excited. Rebound for Adams.
And she walked.
And then Keisha White trying to get out in transition. She runs into Alexis Hicks and is called for a travel. Torri Morris back in for Maryland Eastern Shore. As Jordan Smith has missed 2 point-blank layups, and Fred Batchelor not happy with her at all. We've got a media timeout, it looks like, with 3:36 to play in the third quarter. Your score, Eastern Shore 57, NC Central 50 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
At your local CVS pharmacy, we want to make your life easier so you can focus on feeling good and saving time and money. This week only, save big on all the essentials. Buy one, get one free on Nature's Bounty, Sundown Naturals, and CVS Health Brand vitamins. And select General Mills cereals are just $1.99. Restrictions apply. See circular or cvs.com/weekly ad for details. Feel good, save money at your neighborhood CVS pharmacy.
There's absolutely nothing traditional about my small business. And when it comes to technology, I need someone who understands my unique needs. That's where my Dell Small Business Technology Advisor comes in. With one phone call, he sets me up with tailored products and services. And when my advisor is focused on my tech, I can focus on my small business.
Get end-to-end solutions with the help of a Dell advisor, including PCs featuring Intel Core processors. Call an advisor today at 877-BUY-DELL.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back in the Heights Center, Eastern Shore up 57-50, 3:36 to play in the third quarter. Dave Bird, the Hawks have already forced 8 NC Central turnovers in the third quarter, and we've still got a significant chunk of it left.
Yeah, and why they're winning is because of that 19 turnovers, I think. 19 turnovers and 18 offensive rebounds.
That'll do.
So that'll get you in the game all the time.
They got more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds.
Yes.
They've almost got more offensive rebounds than NC Central has defensive rebounds. Hawk basketball. Hicks to inbound from the left sideline after the travel by White. Now CeCe Byram has it top of the circle to Hicks. Back to Byram. Around the horn to Gil Miles. Byram straight away. Now Hicks left wing for 3. Strong back iron. Rebound tipped up once, twice. Gil Miles wrestles it away, and she's fouled on the sideline. What hustle from Barisha Gil Miles. And what ball movement from Maryland Eastern Shore, Dave. This is something else the Hawks have been able to do. Share the basketball. And you just look at that, it was like a whack-a-mole in terms of who had the ball all around the perimeter. And Hicks had the open look, missed it. But Gil Miles has the board and 2 free throws.
And her 9th rebound of the game.
One shy of a double-double. First free throws up and good for Barisha, who shoots just 42% from the line, but hits that one. Daria Hewitt back in. Gil Miles with 2 double-doubles this season. Looking for her first in MEAC play. She had one last against Wesley on December 16th. Rattles out the second free throw, and Hewitt's there for the board. 58-50 Shore, 3:19 to play in the third quarter. This is Rodnisha Martin glides into the front court for the Eagles. Now it's back out to White. Keisha White, relatively quiet in this quarter, trying to shake Hicks, works around, fakes a pass right corner. Now her float shot off of the backboard. Morris got a hand on it. Now Hicks has it, serpentining into the front court, right to left for the Shore. Flings it off for Byram on the left wing. CeCe takes a screen from Morris. Byram circling up. Jump pass back out to Kiara Eaton. Eaton will dribble drive in. Steps back at the right elbow inside to Torri Morris. And Morris fouled by Dominique Adams. More great ball movement from Maryland Eastern Shore as Morris was in the middle of the cylinder, had nobody around her. She couldn't quite handle the pass, and she trapped it against
the pass was a little low. Yeah.
Number 12,
all the big people like to have that pass up high, so they just put her right in the basket. But great ball movement by the Hawks.
Torri Morris to the line after the foul from Adams. Morris shooting 67% from the stripe. Hawks in the bonus for this third quarter. More than 5 fouls for the team in maroon. First free throw up and good. Nice arc. Alexis Hicks gets a rest. Now Regine Martin comes in. Dave, this is the first time we've seen Martin in this quarter?
Yes.
So she's well rested and ready to go, and perhaps ready to choke off the offense for NC Central. Second free throw, nothing but net. Torri Morris, 2 for 2, 60-50. Eastern Shore's first double-digit lead with 2:45 to play in the third.
And the Hawks 12 for 19 in the game for the 3-throw.
Nisha Martin gallops into the front court for NC Central, left to right. Flicks it off for Hewitt, top of the circle. Now it's White on the right channel with Martin right in her face. Screen set. Barisha Gill-Miles comes over to help. Now a double screen, and as White pulls up from the left elbow, rattles around and in. Well, NC Central did just what they needed to do, a double screen for White. She read it all the way and hits the open jumper. 60-52 Shore. 2 and change to play in the third quarter. White with 25. Now it's Martin on the left wing driving in for the Shore against 2 defenders. Lays it up and in and one. A late blocking foul against Deja McCain and Regine Martin. This time on the offensive end, providing the hammer.
That's a big bucket. This 2-minute time period in the third quarter is a Hopes and Hawks can get themselves a little bit of distance between them and the Eagles. Would be a big plus headed into the fourth quarter.
Kiera Eaton checks out and Martha Thompson back in. Regine a chance for a 3-point play. Doesn't go to the line often. When she does, she shoots 75% and hits it nothing but net. 63-52 Shore. 2 and change to play in the third. All Eastern Shore in this third quarter. Now zigzagging in's Rodnisha Martin, and Martin with a floater from the left cylinder. What a zoom move inside by Rodnisha.
Yeah, Rodnisha's got some hops too.
63-54 Eastern Shore. Under 2 to play in the quarter. Now Martin nearly loses out of bounds, tries to save it, and it's intercepted by Alyssa Thompson, and then insult to injury. Martin commits the foul in transition as Rodnisha Martin tackled in the center of the M.
That's only the third foul of the quarter for the Hawks, though.
Still one more to give. Alyssa Thompson to inbound. Thompson graduated from West Mecklenburg High School in Charlotte. Before her high school days, a winner of spelling bee in the 5th grade.
Wow.
Did you ever win any spelling bees?
Are you kidding me? I'm a non-speller. I can tell you that. I'm a talker, not a speller.
Yeah, we can say the words, we just can't spell
That's
them.
exactly right.
Keisha White nearly pickpocketed in the backcourt by Martin. White hands it off to Adams on the right wing. Now inside to Hewitt, and it's blocked by Torri Morris. Out of bounds, it'll stay on the central end, but Torri Morris standing tall down low.
Yeah, kept her hands straight up that time, and good block by Torri.
Inbound coming in, and a foul on the inbound as Alyssa Thompson had it. If the whistle comes just a second later, it's probably out of bounds and another turnover. And now the foul is against Torri Morris. Her second and the fourth of the quarter for the Shore. Inbound coming. They flick it into the left corner for White. Her 3 ball off the top of the backboard. And a rebound for Thompson. She falls over Portia Sidnor, the beneficiary of the giveaway. And Sidnor into the game. Drives it herself, cuts in, pass deflected out to Martin, left corner. Now it's Barisha Gill-Miles straight away, traveled at the top of the circle. Dave, she looked like she was trying to make up her mind between shoot and drive, and she got it mixed up. And
she did the right thing by driving. She just walked.
And Gill-Miles has not made a 3-pointer this year. And now it's White's basketball for NC Central. Keisha White, marked closely by Martin. Like they're tango dancing deep in the backcourt. Lob off to Hewitt. Hewitt driving in right post. Loses the handle, gets it back right to left, and a left-handed layup is good. Daria Hewitt, almost a fumble-rooski move in the paint. 7-point game, 63-56 Eastern Shore. 45 seconds to play in the third quarter. Martha Thompson, right corner for Eastern Shore. Now Gill-Miles driving in. Jump step, right side of the paint. Right-handed shot. Leaves it short. Torri Morris the rebound. Underneath the basket, left side. Bodies flying everywhere. And now finally Torri Morris fouled on the left side of the cylinder. Is this White? It's White, and that's 4 on Keisha White.
She had to grab her by the wrist.
Torri Morris at the line, but the two of the big players for the Eagles in some serious foul trouble. Keisha White and Paulina Afriye with 4 each.
Afriye's been on the bench, too, for a long period of time.
And White will have to head there herself as Morris rattles out her free throw attempt. Kyra Benton into the game for Maroon. And Kiera Eaton steps in for Eastern Shore. Barisha Gill-Miles gets a seat with 13 points and 9 rebounds.
And she's going to get the other rebound in the fourth quarter.
Morris, second free throw, good. So she's 3 of 4 from the line in the quarter. 64-56 Eastern Shore. 32 seconds to play in the quarter. 5-second difference shot in game clock. Fake pass from Adams on left wing. Now they go top of the circle to Hewitt. Central works it inside to Thompson. Moved before she had the basketball. And now it's wrestled around in the middle of the paint. Shot by Adams well short off the bottom of the rim. Rebound kicked out to Rodnisha Martin. So now Central can just sit on it for the final shot. Rodnisha Martin, 15 points. The leading scorer on the floor for NC Central. 6 seconds left. Fakes right, moves left instead. Pull-up jumper, 10-foot, yes. Rodnisha Martin with a hand in her face. Hawks don't even get the inbound in. And that's it for quarter number 3. Eastern Shore holding a 64-58 lead. 30 minutes down, 10 to go on the Shore Sports Network and SFMsports.net.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya.
Here you go, man.
Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMsports.net.
Back for the fourth and final quarter from the Heitch Center. Maryland Eastern Shore 64, North Carolina Central 58. Eagle basketball, NCCU eventually getting somebody to inbound. It's Kyra Benton from right in front of us. Hawks trying to hold on defense and take their second win in conference play this year. The inbound is to Dominique Adams. Adams hands it off, now gets it back right corner. Inside right baseline to Hewitt. Hewitt kicks it out to Martin. Left of center for 3. Push it to the left, off the rim. Regine Martin clears it in transition. Martin pushing behind, no call. Regine bounce pass to Eaton on the right baseline, and Eaton travels. Jump step, just the extra step on the right baseline. And the Hawks, the transition bucket giveaway that time.
Yeah, we had numbers too.
Yes, they did.
Unfortunately, she did a little stutter step.
Story of this fourth quarter for NC Central's foul trouble. Their leading scorer, Keisha White, with 25 points and 4 fouls on the bench. Paulina Frie's on the floor for NC Central with 4 fouls as well. Frie has the ball, left baseline, up and in. Nice feed from Daria Hewitt. Hewitt to a Frie. 4-point game again, 64-60. Shore up by just 4. They were up by as many as 10 in the third quarter. 9 and change to play in this ball game. Portia Sidnower, rainbow into the left corner for Martin. Regine driving, double team, reaches around, her pass inside. Torri Morris drops it, kicks it out now to Eaton, and now with 10 to shoot, it's Sidnower's basketball on the right channel. Back inside to Torri Morris, working right baseline, posts up, blocked from behind by Frie, gets her own rebound, reaches up and in.
That's why we have so many offensive rebounds. We're shooting a couple times.
Hey, if you're going to at least get the bucket in any way, shape, or form, it'll be all right. 66-60, Shore up, 8 and change to play. Crowd starting to get into it, calling for the defense chant. Rodnisha Martin takes a screen, now slithers in, left baseline, up and in. Martha Thompson goes flying back as she tried to defend and failed. Rodnisha Martin with 17. 66-62, Shore, 8:20 to play. Sidnower with the basketball, top of the circle for Eastern Shore. Zips it for Regine Martin. Martin looking for a screen. Keeps her dribble straight away. Now it's Sidnower and Eaton in the left corner. Kiki back out to Portia Sidnower, 10 to shoot. Sidnower centering up, and a little hand check at the top of the circle against Kyra Benton. First foul against Central in this quarter. They were up to their necks in fouls in the third.
And that's Benton's second foul, and both of them have been way far away from the basket because she's putting her hands on the play.
First wave of subs for the Shore. It's their starters in this fourth quarter now. CeCe Byram, Marisha Gill-Miles, and Jordan Smith. Gill-Miles 1 rebound away from a double-double. It's into the left corner. Kyra Eaton for 3. Way strong, skims the rim, but rebound chased down by Regine Martin in the fresh 30 for Eastern Shore. Martin's been all over the place offensively and defensively today. Byram top of the circle. And telegraph interception by Benton. Benton in transition, 2-on-2. Benton cut off by Byram. Flings it back out for Adams. Now it's the free throw on to Hewitt. Hewitt faking right, instead moving in left. Her left-handed shot missed everything. Rebound tipped out. Last touch by Maroon. It's Eastern Shore basketball. Fine defense that time by Maroon.
The Hawks got back pretty quick that time on a good steal by Benton.
Props to Byram. Didn't sulk after getting pickpocketed. Got back on defense, forced them to slow things down. Hawk basketball. Reggie Martin sprints into the front court on the right sideline. Martin, cross-court lob to CeCe Byram. Byram getting her instruction from Fred Batchelor on the sideline. Byram zips it for Martin. Back to Byram on the left wing. Now 10 to shoot. Martin, Eaton, right corner 3. Yes! Kyra Eaton. More brilliant ball movement from the Shore. They're sharing the ball so well today. 69-62 Eastern Shore. 7 minutes to play. Left wing, this is Derry Hewitt. Hewitt inside, and Gill-Miles gets her hand in there and flicks it out of bounds.
Unofficially, I think that's her 15th or 16th assist for the basketball.
How about that?
Sharing the ball.
Eastern Shore putting up assist numbers. Rarely they've seen so many this year. They had 20 against Valley Forge at the beginning of the year, but this will be their most against a Division I opponent since they had 19 against UMBC back in December. And for the scrum for the ball, it's tipped out of bounds again. NC Central to inbound. 15 to shoot. Benton to flick it in right in front of her own bench. Looking, overhand lob into Martin. Now Rodnisha Martin, left channel, biding her time. She doesn't have much time to sit on. 7 to shoot. Martin gallops in, working at Smith, spins between two defenders, off the glass high, and it's off the rim. Eaton chases down the board in transition. Oh my, if Martin makes that shot, we're throwing papers up into the air like what?
That was a 360 shot.
My goodness. Byram zips it for Eaton on the right channel for the Shore. Back to Byram, and now Eaton again. Eaton looking inside. Byram, CeCe, left wing, 3. Yes, sir, 3. CeCe Byram makes it back-to-back trays for the Shore. 72-62 Hawks, 6 and change remaining.
The Eagles have gone to a zone defense because of foul trouble, and the Hawks have made them pay.
And now Paulina Frié attacks inside against Gill-Miles, takes a backdoor pass, lays it up and in, and Gill-Miles commits the foul. A chance for a three-point play for Paulina Frié. Second foul against Marisha Gill-Miles. First of the quarter for Eastern Shore. Frié's shot in and out, and that's rebound number 10 for Gill-Miles, her third double-double of the season. First in MEAC play. Regine Martin has it, dancing around at the right and left elbows. Now she retreats and lets the half-court offense reset for the Shore. Martin swerving in, kicks it back for Gill-Miles, driving in, spins left to right. Right-handed pass inside, Jordan Smith lays it up and in. Oh, what a beautiful move from Gill-Miles on the assist. Smith is there, doesn't miss this time. 74-64 Eastern Shore. Under 6 to play, and now Martin takes it in right baseline, blocked behind by Smith. Here comes Kyra Eaton. Up the right sideline. Centering up, hands it off to Byram, will slow things down. Eastern Shore firing on all cylinders offensively like we haven't seen in about a month, Dave. Cross-court rainbow, Martin right corner 3. Skims the rim strong. Martin collects it. Leading pass up to Frié. Frié behind the back dribble. Left baseline, takes it with the right hand, it's up and in. It's a sort of sloppy handling from a Frié, but she's able to chase it down anyway. 74-66. Eastern Shore still up halfway through the fourth quarter. It's an exciting game, Dave.
Yes, and the Hawks need to share the ball again like they have to get us some easy buckets here down the stretch.
Gill-Miles fakes a spin left side of the paint. Now it's to Eaton. Teardrop 8-footer rattles on home. Kyra Eaton with a point-blank bucket. Fred Batchelor takes a timeout. This should become the media. 4:49 to play in the fourth quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore holding a 76-66 lead on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
Thank you, sir.
Down the stretch we come. 4:49 to play in the fourth quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore up 76-66 over North Carolina Central. Dave Bird, I think what we're seeing for Maryland Eastern Shore, they have an answer for every look defensively for North Carolina Central.
Yeah, North Carolina Central players started in the zone because they're in deep foul trouble. We've knocked down 2 threes. When they changed defense, we've been penetrating and passing the ball for some easy assist layups. So we don't need to take force threes. Yeah, we need to see what they're doing defensively and take advantage of it.
18 assists for Maryland Eastern Shore so far. They had 19 against UMBC. That's their most against Division I competition this year. NC Central basketball. This is Rodnisha Martin. Pulls up 16-footer from the left wing. Leaves it strong. And Regine Martin clears it. And she's fouled by Kyra Benton, who got tangled up with Martin on the dribble drive.
North Carolina Central foul on number 5.
Third foul against number 5.
And the Eagles have their both players in with 4 fouls.
Full court press from Maryland Eastern Shore as they bring it up. Martin sprints into the front court, takes herself, pull up from the free throw line, way to the left. And the rebound tipped out of bounds. They'll get Eaton for a foul call as I think Martin just couldn't slam on the brakes fast enough.
Yeah, way too quick.
Third foul against Kiara Eaton, who leads the Hawks with 14 points today. Walking up now, Keisha White. 4 fouls and all in there. She's the leading scorer of the game with 25, but just 4 points in the second half. And now she's fouled at the left elbow. They'll get Barisha Gill-Miles for the hand check. Number 3 against BGM.
Yeah, both teams with the Hawks with 3 fouls and the Eagles with 2 in the fourth quarter.
Overhand lob to the free throw line for Deja McCain. McCain inside, pickpocketed by Gill-Miles. Gill-Miles gliding into the front court on the right sideline. Bounce pass out to CeCe Byram, and now Coach Batchelor calling for them to pump the brakes. Instead, Kiara Eaton circles in, kicks out to Gill-Miles, right elbow, jump step in, middle of the paint. Someone might have gotten a hand on the shot. It was well short, but Jordan Smith is there to scoop up the offensive board. A foul call before the shot attempt. And is that McCain who's called for the foul? It is McCain. That's number 3.
Should be out of bounds, I believe.
Hawk basketball. They'll keep it with 3:58 to play in the fourth quarter. Dominique Adams back in for Maroon. Eaton to inbound. Right underneath her own basket. Looking, lobs up for Gill-Miles. Gill-Miles has it. 2 dribbles inside, middle of the paint, reaches around with right hand, darts off the back of the iron. Rebound tipped once, twice, and White picks it up right near the sideline. White slurving into the front court, left to right for NC Central. Needs a bucket here, down 10, under 4 to play. White dribbling towards the left sideline, anticipating a screen from McCain. She takes it, double team, pick and roll with McCain. Left elbow, she traveled. Oh, a costly mistake for NC Central. Deja McCain on a beautiful read from the pick and roll.
Yes. But she got her feet a little twisted up. The Hawks jumped out on the ball handler, and a little bit of foul. Full court press now by the Eagles.
Alyssa Thompson in and Deja McCain out after that costly travel. Byram, Eaton, Martin, Smith, and Gill-Miles on the floor for Maryland Eastern Shore. Byram to inbound against the full court pressure. She finds Gill-Miles, and now she hands it off to Byram, who's met by Rodnisha Martin. The rest of the defense drops back into half court. Lateral to Regine Martin. Free throw line now back out to Gill-Miles. Works it inside to Jordan Smith. She's fouled on the shot attempt. Shot a little bit low. It got caught between backboard and rim, but Smith at least draws a foul, and she'll have 2 free throws for her trouble. The fouls against Alyssa Thompson. She's got Well, one.
Yeah, one thing we learned a long time ago is that if you shoot the ball high off the glass, it always has a chance to go in.
Always.
If it's low, it never has a chance to go in.
Free throw from Smith rattles in and out.
Great pass by Miles that time, too.
Yeah, Gil Miles, a distributor so far today. I don't know if it's really going to show up on the stat sheet. Oh, it will. She's got four assists.
Yes. That could have been
Only
5.
averages 1. Jordan Smith trying to salvage the back end of the free throws, and she does. 77-66. Eastern Shore up. 3:20 to play.
Making it a 4-possession game.
Rodnisha Martin into the front court, up the left sideline for Central. Takes the screen, now drives in herself. Jump pass right corner, now back into White. Right wing 3. Yes! You could follow that one on a yo-yo string. It was nothing but net. Bobby Collins and Lavelle Moten love it from the bench seats.
Right on down.
The two men's coaches meeting up, and now they're headed back to their respective locker rooms. Single-digit game again, 77-69. Eastern Shore up, and now Gil Miles, beautiful spin move, stepping away, right side of the paint, it's in. Tarisha Gil Miles. We got her for 3 more years, folks. 79-69 Eastern Shore as Rodnisha Martin's bunny hop floater is out. Gil Miles has the ball on the floor, and there's a tie-up as Martin got on the floor to get it. Ball pinballing around underneath the North Carolina Central offensive basket. And a timeout for Fred Batchelor at the 2:36 mark of the fourth quarter. 10-point Hawk lead, 79-69. And Gil Miles, who just fell hard to the floor, wiping up the sweat herself.
30-second timeout awarded to the Lady Hawks.
Gil Miles with 15 points, a game high for Maryland Eastern Shore. She's got 10 rebounds as well for her third double-double. And after the performance she had against North Carolina A&T, 9 points and 10 rebounds, Dave, I'd say
a good weekend.
Another MEAC Rookie of the Week is in order. It would be her 5th if she were to get it tomorrow. Pierre Eaton with 14 points. This is her best game in a couple of months.
Yeah, Coach Baxter called this timeout, Will, by the way, to tell his team it's now time for clock. You're playing the clock.
Clock management.
Clock management, big time. Full court press by the Eagles.
If you folks at home want to chant, I would recommend tick, clock, tick. CeCe Byram jogging into the front court, right to left for the Shore. They'll probably sit on this one until about 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Hand off to Gil Miles, stutter step in. She takes it middle of the paint, and a hand check against Alyssa Thompson. That's the 5th foul against North Carolina Central. So now, that may be what you want if you're North Carolina Central. Second foul against Alyssa Thompson, and you put Eastern Shore's worst free throw shooter on the line in Gil Miles. Marisha coming in just 42% shooter from the stripe on the season. It's the one glaring weakness in her game. Freshman's first shot darts in.
And that looks good.
That'll do.
She will make them pay for that foul.
Marisha Gil Miles, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Wow. Chalk her up as MVP if the Hawks win this one. And the freshman, 3-4 dribbles, shrug of the shoulders, lefty's shot, in. 2 for 2, Gil Miles, 81-69 Shore, 2:20 to play. 12 points, the largest lead of the contest for the Hawks. Rodnisha Martin hands it off to White in the backcourt for NC Central. Marked by Regine Martin. White's been relatively quiet in this second half. Double team in the backcourt. Bounce pass straight away to Afine. Paulina Afriye driving in left side of the paint, and she's fouled as the shot off the backboard. Blocking foul against Jordan Smith, it looks like.
Yes. And I'm sure Coach Batchelor told him in the huddle that we do not need to foul because
certainly not.
Foul stops the clock, and now the other team is able to score.
But Afriye rolls off her first free throw. Bad bounce on the right side. And Afriye, who's a 63% foul shooter, will try and salvage one here. She can. 81-70, Eastern Shore up, 2:02 to play. Gil Miles, the jump inbound to Regine Martin, who circles up, jogs across the midway marker. Under 2 minutes to play. Eastern Shore, an 11-point lead, on the verge of their second MEAC win. Martin darts to the right sideline. Now she'll sit back, retreat, right in front of the scorer's table. 12 to shoot. And now 10 to shoot. Regine still back there. 100 seconds to play in the ball game. 6 to shoot. Regine driving in against White. Teardrop middle of the paint. Halfway down and out. Rebound for a Frié. Tough break for Regine. Here's White in the front court for Central. White center step at the right post. Now inside to a Frié. Frié right baseline. Hasn't started to dribble yet. Pivoting around against Jordan Smith. Now she stops the dribble. Flings it up. Counted in the foul. Paulina Frié challenging Jordan Smith twice and winning on successive possessions. Third foul against Jordan Smith, and a Frié's got a chance for a three-point play. A Frié, 14 points and 6 rebounds. It's really been a three-headed wrecking crew for NC Central in this game as she hits the free throw. 81-73, shore up 3 possessions with 1:19 remaining. Regine Martin lobs it to CeCe Byram, and now Byram nearly stolen away. Eaton's there to collect it for Eastern Shore over the timeline. Patience, guys, patience. So Byram will let the clock milk on the right sideline, jabs in and slams on the brakes against Rodnisha Martin. 1 minute to play from the Heights Center. Byram with 8 to shoot. Screen coming from Jordan Smith. CeCe takes it. Trap at the perimeter. Now Byram circling in. Galloping out. The pass to Regine Martin. Her 3 from the left corner. In and out again. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Maroon. Eastern Shore basketball. Well, they didn't get the shot, Dave, but they got the entirety of the clock milked off, and they got a fresh 30 to work with now.
With only 7 seconds left in the basketball.
And an 8-point lead.
Now we need to get the ball to our leading three-throw shooter in this possession because it's just not enough time, so they're going to have to foul.
That would be Byram. Eastern Shore with 81 points.
That's been a long time since they scored 81.
It's their most against Division I competition. It's their most. It is the first time they've scored over 70 points against a D1 foe this year. They hung 92 and 97 on Valley Forge and Wesley earlier this year, but the highest point total for the Hawks against D1 competition, 68 at George Mason at the end of November. They've cleared not just 70, but the 80 bar tonight. A spectacular shooting day for Maryland Eastern Shore.
And a lot of shots. That's the main thing because of a monster 24.
Inbound to Gil Miles. She's bumped. The hoop in the arm. Left baseline. And that's the final nail in the coffin. Maryland Eastern Shore will win this game. Barisha Gil Miles, the chance for a three-point play. She's got 19 and 10.
Right. Big bucket right there. Takes all the pressure off.
The fouls against Hewitt right off the inbound. Gil Miles, the freshman, playing like a giant so far. And with this free throw, she has 20.
In a row.
84-73 Eastern Shore, 42 seconds remaining. Rodnisha Martin, stutter step in, pull-up jumper, middle of the paint, leaves it strong. Rebound for Jordan Smith. Now it's out to Regine Martin. About a 6-second, 7-second difference shot end game clock, and Martin deep in the backcourt on the left side working against White. Crossover dribble, spins in against White, pull-up, floater from 15 foot, strong. Eaton with the board. Gary Eaton dribbling out, punches out to Martin, and now Byram. Shot clock is off, and that is all she wrote. Maryland Eastern Shore will win by double digits against North Carolina Central. Barisha Gil Miles with her third double-double. Gary Eaton with a bounce back. And for Eastern Shore, game, set, match. 84-73, Hawks over the Eagles. A total domination offensively and defensively for Maryland Eastern Shore. My goodness, Dave, what a contest. And Fred Batchelor will come over here. We talked after that pregame interview about we're going to have a nice conversation no matter what. We hope that the occasion for the conversation is nice, and, well, it certainly is. Coach will come over here as the Hawks improve to 6 and 13. Check that, 5 and 14 overall, 2 and 5 in MEAC play. And here he is right now. Well, Coach, an 11-point win in conference competition, your most points against a D1 foe this year. I'd say it's a happy occasion for our conversation.
Yeah, it was a good win for us. I thought it was a tough one. They shot 78% from three in the first half. They made 6 threes in the first quarter. And we had to overcome that. And, we were still at 1 at the half. And, it helps when you get a couple good plays we made by a couple kids. I thought, Buns played a really, really big game for us, made some really big plays. And I thought Kyra Eaton, showed up tonight in a big way.
Yes, and we shared the basketball tonight, Fred. It's either 19 or 20 assists unofficially for the basketball game. That's the most we've had all year against a D1 opponent also. And at times we were driving and dishing, and we haven't done that a lot.
We actually saw people, as opposed to when the help came over, we didn't run through it and pick up the charge like we did the last couple games. We actually made the next play. And, that hopefully that's the signs of good things to come and better decision making.
Defensively, close to 20 turnovers forced. Regine Martin was the spark plug you needed tonight. White coming off, scoring 16 points in the first quarter. Then Regine was on her, and she was pretty much silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Regine did a great job. No one wants to play against Regine. I wouldn't want to. She's a little pistol. She's tough. She's physical, and she never goes away. She's relentless, and I thought it was a good matchup for her.
Yeah. Also, Fred, before you go, I thought we did a lot better job in clock management in the last, especially the last 2 minutes.
There was still a couple.
That timeout for that?
Yeah. I called that timeout because I thought we weren't making the effort. We had the game in grasp, but we weren't making it. They beat us on a bucket. Right. The number 4 gets a bucket when she goes behind her back with nobody there because we're going after fake rebounds as opposed to getting back and understanding the moment. We just practiced the moment yesterday in situations, and I thought down the stretch, other than a couple, Regine only knows how to play one way.
She took a shot in the last.
She took 2 of them. The one I could understand. The second one was, was almost like, and she said, "But coach, you said we're in Hawk." But the thing about her is, she only knows one speed, and she, and so,
playing hard.
I'll take that from Regine. I'll take that from her all day long because her energy is her greatest strength.
There we go. Howard on Saturday. One thing to work on before that game to make it 2 in a row.
Well, it'd be nice to finish layups better and even shoot better from the free throw line. I think we have to do things that don't beat ourselves, and if we can do that, we can play with the teams in our league. But we're not talented enough to overcome beating ourselves and beating our opponent.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll see you at M Street this week. Congratulations. Fred Batchelor, head coach of victorious Maryland Eastern Shore bunch. He's still with us for a little while. I got the headset caught in the button of the jacket right there. But the Hawks improving to 5-14 overall. They're 2-5 in conference play. NC Central dropping to 5-14 overall, 3-3 in conference play.